Hello again, we're back! Good evening! Okay, today we are not playing Dark Pictures because I still can't get my controller to work. We're playing Slay the Princess! This is by the same people who made Scarlet Hollow, so I'm expecting it to be quite good. In this game we kill a princess, so I'm sure I'll be great at it. I'm very good at killing. Okay, this does have, like, voiceover in it, so a lot of this is going to be me listening to people talk.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
What do you know? People talking.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh. Wiggly.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, well, I guess this is very important. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? That would be a good reason. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? God, there's so many of these. Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get a reward? Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Okay. What are you talking
I'm
about, sir?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I guess that would be bad. Okay, I'll amend my statement. This is going to be me listening to people talk and then reading dialogue options. If she in the world where she's locked up. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. I mean, that's reasonable. What's your evidence,
Look,
sir?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not doing
dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it.
I have to wiggle this. I just have to. You could just lock her up harder. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. Let's do just a little more exploring. What happens if she gets out?
The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job.
I like specifics.
She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Why do the specifics make it harder? Can you tell me that? I'll talk to her
I guess
first.
we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Alright, don't believe anything she says, got it.
Every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Alright.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Very specific place to put her. Why not a dungeon?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
He has a point.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, I guess I'll proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Do I take?
The blade is your implement.
Alright.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I could go in without it. Will that make her trust me? Will I learn more lore? I'm just gonna go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hi, it's me. I came to kill you.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I like to live on the edge. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hi, how's it going?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Anything for you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Why only one?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Well, murderers look just like anybody else.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a minute.
Okay.
I want to get to know you. The opening screen said that this was a love story. Jeez, this is so many. I can't read all these words. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Okay, just the first ones first. What's your name?
Oh.
Yes.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
That is not a name.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Suspicious. So is that your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Hmm.
I'm sorry,
Weird of her.
I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Why is she a princess specifically? Princess of where? Where's the kingdom? Well, I know you're locked down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? Yeah.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
What have you been eating? Worms? Stalactite water? Hello, Squishy.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
Okay.
That's hardly relevant.
Well, I think it's very important.
But actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
You should have brought her some cookies or something. Should I just tell her I'm here to kill you? Sure, why not? But I don't think you're actually dangerous, but I wanted to see you for myself. I'm starting to think it's true. Spooky. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
She thinks, huh?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I have no information, miss. I was hoping you'd tell me. I was.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I don't know, do
I
you
believe her.
have, like, information on nuclear bombs?
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
That is true.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
I'm so compelled to just wiggle this, the cursor around. Look at it, it's so jiggly. I would be so
this
easily
shouldn't
distracted
be
by that.
about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Well, yes. People do dislike monarchs. What if I just stayed for a while? I would leave eventually. Don't make me regret this.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
I am not completing the objective. I lied.
You're making a huge mistake.
I want to see what
You're
happens.
doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
With my enormous Hulk strength, I pull them
They're
out.
large and heavy.
Dang
Far
it.
too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Of course not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe if they were stupid. If there's Nikki, do you have any other ideas? I'll check upstairs. Maybe we can
Okay.
use the
I'll be here.
knife to,
Good luck.
I don't know, poke
You
around.
attempt to make your
I
way
don't know
out
how
of the
locks work.
basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear
So
the
she's gonna
click of
kill
a
me down
lock
here.
sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door.
Oh, it's locked from the outside. Okay.
You make your
Hey,
way to the
update.
bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were
We're
supposed
gonna
to.
talk. We're gonna have
Easier
a
for
nice little
whom?
conversation. It's fine.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to eat me.
There's a slight
Sorry.
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Alright.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with
Makes
the
sense.
determination
I mean,
of a trapped wolf.
I was gonna suggest cutting off a limb.
As she
So-
rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could
I
use
wanna
it
see
to
where
free
this
her.
goes.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
But it'll be interesting.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Why are her eyes so
Cut
big?
into her flesh.
Creeping me out. Don't look at my eyes. As comparison. My eyes
The
are
blade
totally
is
normal.
sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Icky. Oh hey, I'm holding a little knife. Cute.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Weird.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's
It's
like
just a
she isn't
flesh
even
wound.
bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright, if you insist.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Well, if you want something done right, do it yourself, Mr. Narrator.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your
He's
body
doing it
steps
himself.
forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you
Okay.
doing?
It's not me, it's the guy.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You
I'm
know you
obsessed.
don't have to do this, right?
And I'm a bird.
Your body lunges forward,
Okay.
the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to
Action
connect.
fight, action fight, action fight.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here.
Oh, I keep accidentally clicking. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Could you, like, wipe the blood off your mouth, please? It's weirding me out.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'll try to be quick.
that's what I thought was gonna happen.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is.
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
I tapped. I'm not dead yet, is the point.
Stay strong. We can tough it out
Almost.
until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
But look at her, she's so cute. I mean, you can't just kill her, she's
Whatever.
adorable.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Oh, well, that stinks for Mr. Bird, but I'm here in the real
I'm
world.
sorry, I'm sorry.
See, she's apologizing, and she's nice. That's fine.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does
Just
it?
get me in the neck.
A stab wound is still a stab wound.
Hit an
Won't be
artery.
long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Alright. Well, that wasn't really necessary. I
one last
probably could have
thrust of the
resisted
knife,
if I really
Your
tried.
legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
And she's gonna do it like an evil
It
smile
can't
as I
just
lay dying.
end like this, right?
Psych.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened.
No, look at her big
Two of
sad
you made
anime
your
eyes.
choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The end. Not the end.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If
Is
you
my
don't,
dead body gonna be
it will
down
be
there?
the end of the world.
Is this like a me only time loop, or and wise to your tricks? I mean, the only trick he did was try to kill the princess, which is sort of the point. I'm getting deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
How do you know?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Or he's lying
Yes,
to
he
us.
didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I wouldn't say beloved. I mean, she's cute,
Our
but I don't know anything
beloved.
about her.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah,
Okay.
so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Am I gonna have to like keep track of
We'll see
And new
about that.
voices as this game
Whatever
goes
you
on.
do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. Well, not quite. There are new voices. What if I just go?
Are we
What if I
running
just go
away?
home?
What are you doing? We have to save her. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The other direction. Yeah, I totally know where I'm going. I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. I'm gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. I totally know where I'm
Somehow I
going.
doubt
I'm
that,
going
but
home.
Fine.
I'm going home and I'm
Suppose
taking
you
a
just
nap.
quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also
Suspicious.
leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Alright, let's go back again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish if you
I'm
ask
going on a
me.
nice walk.
I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
She can stay stuck down there for like 15 more minutes.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Ah, what a lovely night.
Wait, something isn't right.
What?
Can you still hear me? You're
Spooky.
supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. Everything is getting... What's going on? Where are we?
Mysterious.
Oh, I don't like this one bit. There's not a single damsel in sight. Well done.
Where are all the maidens? Yeah, man can't just walk around anymore. What if I want to go on a nice walk in the middle of the night? The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. I was trying to be dramatic and then I messed up. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Get me out of here, please. It's not. Alright. I'm facing the
You're on
consequences.
a path in the woods. And at the end of that path
The real
is
Slay
a
the Princess
cabin.
starts here, says the achievement.
And in the basement of that
Fun.
cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What if I just leave twice? Alright, I'll just go quietly to my fate.
You make your way
apparently.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what...
Okay. Well, we've heard all this before.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
No, not
The air
smitten.
is
Don't worry, I'll
stale
probably
and
come
musty,
back.
and the floor and walls are painted. The
Okay.
blade is your implement.
Oh,
You take
might
the
as well.
blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I just cracked my neck so loud. Ouchie.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair.
Okay.
Her voice.
Who's there?
Different voice.
She sounds dangerous.
Who's
It's almost as
there?
if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I think I'm here to kill you. I'm just gonna be
Good.
quiet this whole time.
You're still listening to reason.
Let's see.
You walk down the stairs.
This is the
and
shut up
lock eyes with the
playthrough.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
That's weird. Do they have multiple voice actors for the princess, or is it just like one person doing 2 different voices so far? It's the shut up playthrough, I've decided.
You step forward. Your grip
For a
on the
second I
blade
thought that
tightening
noise
as
was
you
like her
steel
neck
your
turning.
resolve.
I don't think that's what it was, though.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What
Fine.
even makes you think you can kill me?
I have a pointy knife.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I can throw it.
So,
I got a good
you
arm.
should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
She has 2 arms,
End
actually.
this.
But tish. Well, there are 2 shut up options this time. Well, I'm already here.
You lunge forward
Sorry.
without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down
Why
to
am
see
I a
your
bird?
blade already sinking deep into her heart.
I would like to know why I'm a bird.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't expect you to just do that.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder,
Yes?
do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Well, probably not.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely
I'm a man
believes
of few
herself
words.
to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
She's gonna turn into a
But
ghoul.
is it over? Really over?
The killer always comes back for one final scare. I watched Scream recently, I know how it works. It was too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Oh, that's probably a bad idea. She's gonna grab my
I
hand.
really don't think you should do that.
Do I
And why
have a
shouldn't we?
choice?
Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is
Yeah, exactly. I'm a man of no words.
Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Well, although I did say some words. Remove. I don't want to touch her. She's gonna jump up and grab me and yell and do a jump scare. Silent Sigma male saves the world.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
Okay.
With your work done, you make your way back
Good
up the
work,
stairs,
boys.
closing the door to
We
the
did it.
basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
Because you committed a murder.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Become rearmed might have been a good idea. I didn't want her to jump up and grab me. Something's gonna come out of the door. She's gonna turn into a
You
monster.
open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from
Come
certain
on.
doom.
Show me something spooky.
Only a world saved from certain doom
There it
isn't what you
is.
find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago,
A bunch
the
of
only
hair.
thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good.
I wasn't
Everyone
informed
is
of these
happy.
consequences.
You'll be happy.
Let me out. Yeah, let
What's
me out.
done is done. And there's no going back now.
There's still a door. I can walk out
This
into
is
the
what's
void.
best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I don't believe that.
Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Yeah, do you have any idea how to
do.
get us out?
But you're probably not going to like it.
I have to kill myself.
Blade. We can use
That's
the
what I thought.
blade to get out of this.
So she can be a
I
skeleton
can
when I go
hear
back down there?
everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Well, I've already
He's
died
right.
once.
It's the only way out.
Might as well. Apparently I did that thing that I keep doing in Scarlet Hollow, where I accidentally clicked the save button.
Do you hear
Okay,
that?
might as well save.
It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
There's not
Do you
even a
not?
computer in here.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade kill us? Anything to get out? I'm just gonna stick around and do nothing for a while.
How astute.
You
You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to
Using the
kill
blade to
yourself
kill yourself
would
would kill you.
and you shouldn't do it.
People die when they are killed.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing.
It's almost like we're a
It's
character in a
absolutely
video
nothing.
game.
It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If
Yeah,
we
sure.
die, you can yell at me all you want.
I'll haunt your ghost.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
You should kill yourself. No. Okay. You ingrate? This place is like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Fine. Whatever.
Sucks.
For the first time since
Worst
time
house
stopped
ever.
meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is
Skeleton.
dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Well, at least you can't jump up and get me,
Pick
right?
up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
It's much more efficient than last time.
End. Nice knowing you.
Oh boy, more.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh no, more.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay. I'm here to slay the cabin. But I killed
I can
myself.
assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
I'm just gonna play this guy
If he
as
doesn't
like a
remember what
big
happened,
idiot
then
that just
maybe it's
tells
best to keep it
the
that way.
narrator everything that has happened in the last loop.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her
Oh
last
hey, another
time.
guy.
We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? I mean, yeah, makes
Those are
sense.
two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
I just need a little conversation.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me,
Third.
or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
It actually happened partially because I did listen.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
I do not believe it.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
I don't
If you're
sound like
asking
that.
it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Don't worry, Squishy. I'll try to bring back Smitten for you.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical
Give the
scenario,
princess a little smooch
that
smooch.
begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Oh god, oh no, not existential questions.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? It doesn't matter because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying. Just stay focused, will you?
Spooky anti-hero man. Let's talk.
Just be quick about it.
If anything, the world ended after I killed her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone. Last time around, I stabbed her in the heart and she died. How can someone like that end the world? Who locked her in this basement? I mean, if we're assuming that end the world requires, like, superpowers, kind of weird that she just died. I'm going to hope that I'll be able to click both of these.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round.
She was in that basement to protect us.
Yes. Maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
Well, we did kill us as well, so...
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise. And that's exactly what we're afraid of. Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits.
Okay, last time I stabbed her and she died.
You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
I don't trust anybody in this stupid game.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
What woods? What path? Give me my coordinates. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Me?
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I'm the best at stabbing people in the heart. It's my only skill.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Oh, don't fall for it.
Of course we're special.
What aren't you telling me?
I told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
I like complicated.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking, so let's just do as he says, and maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Okay, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yeah, alright. Hold your breath a little longer. This is an interesting game. The other game that these people made, Scarlet Hollow, I have played through the episodes that are out so far, and they're quite good. They're very good at, like, spooky narrative stuff. Okay, cabin. Let's see.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh no, not a warning.
She will lie, she will cheat,
Don't
she
believe
will
what
do.
she says,
She won't
etc.
be
She
a
won't be a
problem.
problem. Okay. Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is
Ooh,
cold.
it's
A
different.
soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling
Mirror?
outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
What about the very
The
obvious
blade
mirror?
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
You didn't say anything about the mirror.
That's
Suspicious.
because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to
What
the
do you
basement. There's
mean?
nothing else in here.
What do you mean?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
He's gaslighting
Who
me.
cares if there's a mirror?
I care.
Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I want to see how handsome I am. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Can't
This
believe
really
him.
isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous
He
you look
stole
like
my
that.
mirror.
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
It's important to me. This old cabin is different.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess.
I died twice.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Alright, I'll take my knife.
You take the blade from the table. It will be...
Okay. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
You can get
the
behind
room
cold.
below is silent. Nobody's here.
Naturally.
Naturally.
He's like, whatever, just kill her, it's fine.
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
It's just a little bit of murder.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal
Liar.
body lying in a heap on the floor, its
He's not
wrist still
dead.
bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
Mission accomplished, boys. Let's go home.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your
It's
thought,
closed.
the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set
Oh, look at her.
eyes stare up at you,
She's so cute.
followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally,
Hello, happy
the rest of the
Halloween.
body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
She's a ghoul. Idiot.
Ghost!
A ghost.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping
Hey.
to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Gee, hi. You know what? Me too.
Princess drifts across the room into
Look at
your
her, she's
orbit,
adorable.
gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles.
She should be on a t-shirt at Hot Topic.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
But do we want to? Let's
I
see.
see you brought that annoying knife again.
Not sure if it works on ghosts.
So, are you waiting
taking
for
a
a
minute?
chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Hot Topic shirt of her would sell like hotcakes. Exactly. Look at that. It's like Jack Skellington, Gurr, this girl. I don't remember anything that's on a shirt at Hot Topic. I haven't been in there in years. Exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. What are you doing not being dead? Dead people should stay dead. Do you know why you came back? You threatened me last time. Oh, there's so many. Does this game have like 100 different routes? Am I going to be playing this game for the next 6 years? Let's see what's all the way at the very bottom. Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Well, this already
Yes,
happened.
obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened. But you have a job to finish.
She's already dead. What can a ghost do?
Finish? How? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost.
She's gonna send a meteor into the planet like the end of Danny Phantom.
You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you? And then what? And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world.
After.
If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? You're going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that.
Okay, next option I pick is gonna be, I guess you're dead, so mission accomplished. Why do I always do that? What am I doing? Okay.
I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
Suspicious of you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is that not an actual option anymore? What are you doing not being dead? Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself? I already did that and it would be hard to do it again. All of these are like so insulting. If I knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. Jeez. Second last. But I guess not anymore. Unless it's, if you're dead then there's much for me to do, I guess I'll get going. Yeah. I mean, effectively. Okay. Bye-bye.
This isn't a solution.
I'm just
Nobody
leaving
wins
the
here.
story every chance I get.
You're...
Oh.
No,
She's
no.
upset, isn't she?
Oh no.
You're abandoning me here?
So you're a ghost, you can fly, go wherever.
It would seem so, yes.
After everything you've done to me, you've chosen to do more?
Well, what do you want?
The princess starts to float erratically from side to side, her cold exterior melting away.
But if you just leave me, then I'm really just going to be stuck here forever. Then there's nothing we can do. It's just going to go on and on and on and on, lonely and sad and hurting and empty.
That's fun. It's a fun little ghost effect.
No, not that.
Okay, bro, I can stay, it's
She's
fine.
about to try something. Get ready.
Oh no.
The princess passes through you,
Ooh.
a chill rippling along your skin, a
getting
disappointed
possessed.
sigh echoing in your ears.
The princess is gonna be the next voice in my head.
You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like nothing at all. Are we doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced
need
with
a
wrath,
mid.
staring into you with fiery anger.
Sorry.
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
I did it for my lovely viewer.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then...
Pulls out my heart.
Yes? Nothing happens.
Oh, well,
Are
she is
you
a ghost.
sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Did you Do you want to try again? Let's just have a staring contest.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is.
Well, I should have asked, did you miss? It would have been funnier.
Horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you don't
Creepy.
choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return
If
the
she's
favor.
making us dead. Yeah, sure, why not?
You
More
swing
murder.
your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. It's too little, too late.
Icky.
In her hand, you realize she
Ew.
clutches your still beating heart.
I shouldn't be doing that.
Unsettlingly. Did we get her?
Did we get her? I don't know.
If we
She's a
didn't,
ghost.
We've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
Bye.
I'm afraid you'll never
See you
know.
later.
As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark.
Ouch.
you
Youch.
die.
Ouch. Ich.
You're on a path in the wood,
Oh.
and here we go again.
Oh, hey.
Off to slay her
He's still here.
again. The deck's stacked, isn't it?
Oh, hey.
We
Another
kill
guy.
her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
I agree.
Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the
game
start?
was rigged from the start.
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring?
No, I'm not bored yet.
Not if they're creative with it. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves.
Twice.
And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
Because you were boring.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Well, we tried that.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy?
Absolutely not.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. It
was
was boring.
It was.
It was bullshit.
You weren't even there.
So you killed yourself? Yes. And then she killed us.
Had nothing better to do.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real.
I haven't seen any people.
And the danger she poses to all
How
of
do
them
I
is
know?
also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. Why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so. Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise. Oh yeah, sure. That changes
Oh
everything.
yeah, you promise. Okay.
I mean, he did promise. And you believed him? All this standing around and talking
People say
is
that in real life.
boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
I'm just imagining them all just standing in a room inside my brain, and then Cold is just laying on a couch, half asleep. He's like, whatever, just kill her, it's fine.
Now, wouldn't that be something? It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
If he goes back on his promise, you can invoke Luke, your god. That's always an
Thankfully,
option.
you all aren't the ones actually making the decisions, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this. Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing.
Yeah, why are there so many spiders?
That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult.
More
But
information,
now it's
huh?
out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job.
Not if you didn't do
alright?
it on purpose. It doesn't count as goodwill if it's an accident. You were quick to accept that we've been here before. He killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well. Eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? I already did that. I have tried turning around and leaving. It didn't help. Are you the same
If I
narrator?
had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. That's a hedge, not a wager.
I don't know the difference.
I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
So the answer is no.
So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
It was a lot of words to say
I'm
no.
not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us.
I agree.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
We might as well let her
You're
out.
making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever.
But am I?
Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't. And you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating.
Well, it's not the correct choice if I keep looping. That's how, like, time loops work.
How convenient.
Have you ever
Everything
seen
always
Groundhog
comes back
Day?
to what you
I
want us to
haven't.
do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
Yeah, it seems like the other voices are the guys that you were in the past. But then why did Mr. Smitten leave? Did we not do enough smitten things to keep him around? Because Cold stayed. Now we have a new guy.
On second thought,
Mysterious.
let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him.
What happens if we don't
And she
go to the
finds a way
cabin?
out on her own. Ugh, of course she does. So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better, right? No, it's strictly worse. But she can't kill us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless?
I mean, if she can end the world, then everywhere is killing distance.
Because it's cowardly, for starters. And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options.
Yeah, you're right. Not much love going on here.
The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong. How are we supposed to decide on anything if you just keep coming up with new rules? Since when is there a wrong way to slay her?
Let's just go.
You continue down the path towards the
I want to see if she turned into some kind of spider monster.
It isn't long
It's a lot
before
of
you're
weddings.
steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your
Yeah, I understand.
protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out.
Do it
See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We won.
Good work, boys.
Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is
Ooh.
long and dark. A single narrow hallway stretching far into the
Another
distance.
mirror, I see.
Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward. fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange.
Are you gonna see the mirror this
What's
time?
strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
It was all I had.
I suppose the only way to go is forward.
Now we got a
forward we
strangler.
will go. Blade or not, it
Or
doesn't
scratch her
really
with our
matter,
bird
does it?
claws. Let's pretend there is a mirror. Okay.
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
This is a weird setup for a house.
The way to the basement? Don't you mean door?
Is it just a ramp? Is this house wheelchair accessible?
No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
I'm gonna fall down a hole.
What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you.
I think
Certainly not
something's
the
gonna jump out at
princess.
me.
The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works.
Well, you knew there was supposed to be a blade, and now there's not. What script are you looking at?
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched.
It's one of those
You're watching
mirrors
us
that
right
the
now.
police use in interrogation
Sometimes
rooms.
the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Well, might as well.
Here we go. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
I'm intrigued by this mirror.
Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void.
I was looking at the mirror,
thinking
actually.
about what it'd be like to die again. I know exactly how you feel.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen
She's a
moment.
snake.
And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Where is
Icy
she?
pain
Oh.
radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your
Didn't even
veins
get to
as
see
your
a
legs,
fun monster.
numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the
Ooh.
terrifying visage of the princess.
Why am I
Her
a
hand
bird?
grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many
Look,
long
princess,
and
we're both
crooked
creatures. Why can't we just be friends?
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
I'm just playing a video
Even
game,
after
man.
I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for
Because you ripped my
what?
heart out.
I didn't go anywhere. You
That was
didn't banish
mean.
me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse.
Got a cool character design.
So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
We're free real estate.
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice?
I don't know, do we?
Always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade?
You were meant to fix her and you just made her worse. It's what I do.
Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Look, we're even now. I killed you and then you killed me. Water under the bridge. I never wanted to hurt you. I'm a victim too. You don't have to be evil. Do you need to take my body? Can't I just open the door? I mean, I can. I only killed you like twice, right? I don't remember. I have a bad memory. What's a couple of murders between pals?
I'm taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
I don't like the way that she says that. That's suspicious. Okay, fine, just do it. We're even.
And you think that's even? How adorable.
Thank you.
But I think you forgot about the part where you tried killing me again. If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain
Alrighty.
pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
Well, I wanted to walk out of here with her and, like, be buddies.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
I'm glad she's giving us some time to have, like, mental conversations. Very polite of her.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Oh no, not my membrane.
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway. Your vision
Can't believe she got
swimming
my
as
membrane.
The princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. So cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
What table?
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
Good plan as any. She's really bad at possessing people if she can't even make me walk around.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. I know you feel it too.
I think that might just be a you thing. Time to throw my body into the
In a
abyss.
single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
Yay! I love the abyss.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body.
I'm gonna
One
explode.
foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
You break
Enough
my
is
ankle, tell
enough.
me to
I'm
move. Who do you think
tired
you
of
are?
us always losing. It's just a step away.
Cheated is based and correct.
Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Night night.
Why do you hate me?
Because you're being really rude.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Joker moment.
One end. But at least it's ours.
Yeah, we all lose together.
An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving. But at least you didn't ruin it.
If we both die, then it's fine.
What happens now?
What do you mean what happens now? You wanted it.
I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Oh? And why is that?
Because the floor is coming up to meet you really fast.
You just ate everything into your head.
Oh, or not.
Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
Oh, look, more hair.
He's gone. But
Terminal velocity ceases, and you feel a something, a mass, a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What's happening?
Ooh. Fun. But you don't answer her before something takes her and leaves something in her place. You feel a force underneath your feet once more.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I think that we should touch the mirror again.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd go looking for her. Narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look for the mirror. I mean, probably.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast her. Good riddance. There's something
Mirror?
dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Hmm.
It's going to do something to us. I can feel it.
Hmm.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
It's 2 against 1. I would have to go with the other guys, right? But I'm also very intrigued by the mirror.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. We just can't win. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
We could go kill her again, though, if we find her. I guess I have no
I'm
choice.
begging you, don't do this.
Well, it's the only choice I've been given.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It me. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Ooh, that's a lot of questions. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
It's nice music. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What's a vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the world worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
How
Do
mysterious.
not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
She has so many hands to be friends with. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
I was the narrator the whole time.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Well, there's so many questions. I'm allowed to ask so many questions. I want to find all the lore. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Good response, I guess.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Alright, you're the thing.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Oh no, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna just try and click on every explore that I can. Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Or were you always the princess?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I like to know facts. Literal.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
I mean, it looks a little uncomfortable, but I guess I'll have to take your word for it. What do we do?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So, is that just a way to say, find all of the endings to the game? And then you'll get the true end? Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces do I have to find? What if I don't let you do this? How many more pieces do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am
don't know what that
infinite.
means.
The rest will find their own way home.
Are you gonna destroy the world?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
I'm just working with the information I have, buddy. What are you gonna do if I help you exactly?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, buying this game now. Good. They deserve the money. Your words confuse me. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
What if I don't let you?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Are you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Well, I don't think waiting will do much. Alright, might as well.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
Okay. Alright, we're back at chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you
So
don't,
I am still here to slay
it
her.
will be the end of the world.
Let's pick some options we haven't picked before. Killing a princess
Doesn't-
seemed bad.
You a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Maybe she's very good at politics. I don't know. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Might as well. Let's go.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Let's try to bring back
We're not
Mr.
going to go
Smitten
through
this
with this,
time.
right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save Princess. Ignore him.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement.
Okay. I'll do the thing that I did the first time, where I just talked to her
The
and
door
then
to
let
the
her call me.
basement creaks open,
I'm assuming
revealing her
that
voice
will
soft.
bring my
Hello?
guy back.
Is
Hypnotized. Don't let it fool you.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi.
Let's talk.
Okay.
I hope I remember what I did last time.
Oh.
She pauses.
You don't
You
have a
can
name,
address
etc.,
me.
etc. I understand.
Like I
I
said,
don't know if
you can call me.
the options that you pick will change, just like when you're talking to her, what guy you end up with.
I'm sorry. I've been
I'll
down
do
here
my
so
best
long. I
to
guess I've
replicate
just
them.
forgotten. I must.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even.
Okay. What have you been eating? I remember that.
I
one.
don't see what that has to
Did
do
you
with
make fun
anything.
of
This
me
is the
for
only
it?
time this is ever going to happen. Okay, but actually.
You're supposed to end the world. I think I remember clicking that one. But I wanted to see you for myself.
Is that why they? I don't remember much about it.
That's.
Okay.
How long?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Of course not.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of whoever sent you to slay, I don't trust that.
Okay.
She has a point.
So this shouldn't be about. This is about how messed up this whole situation. Do you really think I
Sorry
can even?
for
We
cutting you
both know
off.
that if there's people we.
Don't let her turn the tables.
I always feel
This
rude
isn't about
skipping
trust.
dialogue, but like I've
This
already
is
heard it.
about risk. You're
Okay.
only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't.
You're making a. No. You're doing the right. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked them.
Okay, I'm going to check upstairs.
Okay, I'll be here.
You attempt
And
to
the
make
door
your way. There's someone else
slams, and
here.
then she eats her arm.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
I don't know if I click.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
That one.
This would have
that
been
says, "Let me
so
out."
much easier if you'd just.
Okay.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of
Okay.
these.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm
That's
to
such
her
a
mouth, her
change
teeth
from her
tearing
just
through
sitting
her
there.
as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use you won't like.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judge, you cut into the blade is sharp, and it takes her limb. She didn't so. No.
Alright.
She smiles. How is she?
Thank you.
No.
Well, I
we won't
wonder
have
what
any
will
of
happen
that.
next.
The stakes are too high. As the princess. Wait. This is. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Okay. Oh no, I can't warn her. No! I exhausted my warn her option. Dang it. I wonder if there's a difference between which one you do.
No going back now. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart.
Sorry.
But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
I wasn't gonna.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Ick.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
I guess we're not getting my guy smitten
It's
back.
not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse
I just
to the
can't
floor,
win.
your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything
Okay.
goes dark, and you die.
As usual. The witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement, you're here
Okay,
to
I'm
slay.
here to slay her. Great. No cannibalistic princess GF while I live. I mean, if you have a cannibal princess GF, there is also a chance that she'll just eat you. So, either way, you die. I definitely got her. I didn't got her though. She was still alive when I died. No.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding
feel like it.
about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Ooh, a new guy.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Nice save. Well, I already said that, but we do have a new guy.
Those are two very different questions, but let's say for a moment, if you're back here, we were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options.
I love weighing options.
I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical, if it's the latter, do you think the people there live? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
I don't know, do
You're
we?
laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Okay. Proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Okay,
Don't
don't believe
worry,
her.
I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
I'm a little upset I couldn't pick the warn her option again and
The interior of the cabin is a
get
mess
Mr.
of
Romance
twisted
back.
roots. The walls
Fun.
a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
it really should be muddy.
The blade is your implement.
Hey, what about that mirror? What if I just don't mention it
Walk
to
up
him?
to the wall next to the basement door.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach
Or
forward
not.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
And the cabin's different.
Very different.
Again.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here, so focus up. A lot's riding on this.
I usually don't take the knife. I
You
guess I'll
take the
take knife.
blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Great idea.
That's not actually a bad idea.
It might be suspicious though. If somebody walked into your room and was just holding like one hand behind their back, wouldn't you be a little bit suspicious of them?
The door to the
wouldn't
basement
trust
creaks
like
open,
that.
revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice skitters up from below.
It was a very different speech.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty. I'm perfectly
But
pleasant.
you are. You're a wretched little thing.
That's
I
mean.
recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Oh.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying?
Can't wait for her to kill me again.
Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
A little both.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
Fine. You're the boss.
Thank you.
Ooh.
You descend the
Creature.
basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp blade,
She
no
figured
doubt.
it out. Not our cunning plan. I can't believe
That's
it.
no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out?
Call it deductive reasoning.
Well, you seem to be great at it.
Kiss up.
So, you really don't remember us, do you?
No, I don't.
But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Well, that's nice of you.
You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Chat her up? You mean flirt?
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
I'm just looking for ways to bring Mr. Smitten back. If we flirt with her, maybe he'll come back.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Well, it isn't for you. We've got to get you out somehow. I get the sense that you're not happy. Oh, this is so many things. I don't trust you, bye. I think you might be a danger to the world, so I'm going to attack you now. I'm sorry about last time, I didn't wanna.
Smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
And it's true.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Thanks.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll
Maybe.
have to try harder than that.
We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And
She's gonna kill me the
unfortunately,
first
you're the only
chance she
one I have.
gets.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Well, I guess I'll help.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Well, then why are you even here?
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
What's the point then?
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's go. Bye.
Yes.
Problem solved.
Let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
You already said face to face.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Okay.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
We could hold
It
hands.
shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking?
Entirely possible.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Oh well. You first.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Just go first.
You're the one who said you can't leave here without me, which means I hold other cards. Yeah, you go first or we stay. Up to you. I feel like either way she's going to kill me. All of these options feel like they're going to lead her to kill me. Alright, let's go.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
Opportunist is a very intelligent man.
The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
But
Be careful.
The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Why did you just say that? I think we know why.
You feel something deep into your shoulder, sharp and piercing.
Okay.
The princess, together you tumble
I
back
didn't mean to
down the
click
uneven
that.
stairs,
The
your
point
body
is
and
she's
hers
killing me.
crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
No, my spine.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up.
Rude.
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
My spine's broken.
I'm afraid your back is broken.
That's what I thought.
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks.
I agree.
don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
I was trying to be nice. We could have gotten out if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood.
Not on purpose.
And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!"
Well, that would have been a bad plan.
And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar. That's not... Okay, that's actually a good point. It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work, did it? Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Oh. Now we are both the one who's broken back.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
I guess we just
She
sit
eyes
here
you
and
with
die.
intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Great.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Gross.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Can't believe he left again. Doesn't
I
respond.
think he's gone.
Rude.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh, hey. More of those. Well, you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay,
it feels
buddy.
so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's fine,
If
don't
he
worry
thinks
about
it's
it.
bad, I'm with him.
Will I see them on the other side, though? It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine.
If you say so, we'll trust you. Finally, we're going places.
They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them move, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Weird. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
So how different are you?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
God, there's so many. I'm worried about picking the wrong ones. How many vessels do I need? How do you feel about me? What are your thoughts?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Hey, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy playing it yourself. I think this is going to be my last ending, I guess, for the night, because it is getting a little late. So I'll go through all of these, and then I'll be finished. What does it feel like?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
What do you want to do at the end?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
The more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
There is a hurt
that's pretty
that dwells
reasonable.
in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Yeah, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I might as well learn as much as I can. Maybe some of it will make sense. Once you're finished, I'm going to kill you seems a little aggressive. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? Yeah, that one.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives
about
I
my
have already
guy?
made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
But I feel like the smitten guy didn't really have much of an effect on anything. Did we miss out on something? Am I gonna get a bad ending? Because I didn't take him far enough. Why are you nice?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you
Gifts
next
aren't
time?
what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
I'm gonna save before I threaten her. At the end of this, I'm going to kill you.
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Okay.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Alright, well. Time to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Okay, bye.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. That noise always jump scares me. Alright. And we're
You're
back
on
at the
a
beginning.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
is a princess. Okay. So, that's the end. Oh no, somebody just drove really loud past my house. Okay. Well, that's all for the night. I will probably play more of this later. I have nothing to say. I quit. I saved. Yes. I always panic myself. Oh, that closed the window. I didn't know that would close the window. That was foolish of me. I should have known that. Has my chat not been working this whole time? Is that a thing that happened? I'm distraught. Can't go one stream without something happening. That is so strange. Oh well. What's done is done. Okay, yes, good night. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed the game. And I will see you at some point in the near future. Yeah, that's so weird. I guess I should have, I don't know, I should start sending test messages into the YouTube chat or something, because that did happen before when I was doing my, when I had my moment where my controller wouldn't work, and I tried to go to the just chatting screen, if I remember correctly. I put in the chat information and it didn't show up, but whatever. It's already happened. Anyway, yes. Good night. Thank you for coming. Nothing ever goes right. In my life, there is only death and destruction. Okay, I'll see you later. Goodbye!